I watched my wife, Linda, our neighborhood's self-appointed HOA tyrant, snap that padlock on the community gate like it was the jaws of hell itself, her manicured nails scraping the chain as sirens wailed in the distance. No exceptions, she bellowed into her phone, live streaming the whole damn thing to her 5,000 Karen followers, while two ambulances idled on the access road, lights flashing like strobe lights at a bad rave. That morning, old Mr. Hargrove from down the block had clutched his chest during his ritual coffee clutch, collapsing right there on his azalea-lined driveway, and now his grandkids were screaming from the back seat of the lead rig, begging the EMTs to bust through because Linda's enforcement protocol was choking the life out of our cul-de-sac. It started innocently enough, or so I told myself, back when we moved to Willow Creek Estates 5 years ago, a cookie-cutter paradise of 3-car garages and HOA covenants thicker than a tax code. Linda, fresh off her real estate license flop, latched onto the board like a barnacle on a yacht, turning petty gripes about untrimmed hedges into full-blown crusades. I'd roll my eyes over our morning Folgers, calling her my gatekeeper queen, but deep down, it stung how she'd trade date nights for Zoom meetings where she'd eviscerate folks for parking an inch over the line. "It's about standards, Mark," she'd snap, her blue eyes flashing like the Tesla coils in that old Nikola Tesla doc we binge-watched. I loved her fire. Hell, it was what hooked me at that college tailgate, her debating big pharma ethics while chugging Natty Light. But when Hargrove went down, gasping for air with a coronary screaming in his veins, and Linda chose bylaws over breaths, something in me fractured like cheap laminate flooring. By noon, the cul-de-sac was a powder keg. The ambulances finally rammed the gate, denting it just enough to squeeze through after 20 agonizing minutes. But Hargrove coded twice en route to Mercy General. Word spread faster than a viral TikTok. Linda's stream hit 10,000 views, her smug protecting our property values, caption igniting a firestorm. Neighbors who'd once nodded along to her newsletters now flooded our next-door thread with pitchfork emojis and screeds. "Blood on your hands, Karen," one posted, attaching a screenshot of the paramedics' frantic radio logs. Protests brewed at the community pool, signs scrawled on poster board. HOA equals homicide on arrival. Our mailbox overflowed with anonymous letters, one even slipping in a mock obituary for Linda Lockout Peterson. I tried damage control, knocking on doors with my best used car salesman grin, mumbling about miscommunications, but the backlash was biblical. Sponsors pulled from her Willow Watch podcast. Her Etsy shop for custom rule enforcer mugs tanked overnight. Even her riding crop, wielding Pilates crew, ghosted her group chats. "You're toxic," one messaged me privately, and she's the Chernobyl of condos. That night, as the sun dipped behind the sprinklers McMansion, Linda barricaded herself in the kitchen, scrolling hate replies on her iPad while microwaving lean cuisines. "They're peasants, Mark, jealous of real leadership." Her voice cracked, mascara smudging like war paint from a lost battle. I paced the granite island, the slap building in my palm like thunder in July skies. Not from hate, but betrayal. She'd sworn vows to protect our life together, yet here she was, torching it all for a title that meant jack in the ER waiting room where Hargrove's widow now sat, tubes snaking from his frail arms. When she lunged at me, shrieking about standing my ground, my hand flew, crack, across her cheek, the sound echoing off Sub-Zero fridge doors like a judge's gavel. She crumpled, not from the sting, but the realization. I'd finally seen her unfiltered, a bully in Lululemon, and the man who'd built her pedestal just kicked it over. We divorced 6 months later, her alimony checks bouncing like bad karma, while she couch-surfed with ex-friends who pitted but wouldn't forgive. Last I heard, she's hawking anti-HOA manifestos on Substack from a one-bedroom in Reno. Her follower count stuck at 147 bots. Me? I sold the house, bought a bungalow off-grid in Austin, where gates are for ranches, not grudges. Hargrove pulled through, eventually walking his dog past our old lot with a nod that said more than words. Some rules bend lives, others break them. Mean it? I learned the hard way. Love a Karen, and you'll end up slapping sense into the silence.